Traders, welcome back to another interview. Today we've got something very, very special for you indeed. We are talking to our most recent fund manager reaching a $1 million level of funding. Amir, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for coming with us today. Do you want to give yourself a little bit of an introduction, your trading backgrounds, and a bit of your history overall?
Yeah, so my name's Amir. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom, and I've been trading with BlueFX since 2019. Been growing my account since December last year to the $1 million account, and I've been trading for various different companies before, learning how the foreign exchange markets work, and I think BlueFX has given me that platform to enhance my trading and show that what I can do, and obviously progress to the $1 million account.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. That's definitely a good review. I mean, what you've done is incredible, needless to say. And to access that level of funding is beyond belief in some ways. And I feel like the whole BlueFX platform is there to identify traders who are successful, traders that are talented. That's the whole point. And we want to give those traders the financial backing. The whole product is built to find traders like yourself and give them an environment where they're the most profitable. I want to ask you, how do you think, perhaps, I know most traders will have some experience trading in retail by themselves. How does the BlueFX experience compare to trading alone in retail or other companies that you've traded with?
I think the most important thing that I've probably seen from this platform was the drawdown that BlueFX provide, like the 10% drawdown, because it gives us like a way of trading that we have to trade with risk. We can't just go into markets hasty, thinking that we're going to make 1,000 of this trade or whatever. We have to be careful with our risk. And there's been times where I've got close to that 10% drawdown in the past. And I think it's like changed the way I trade. It's enhanced my personal strategies. And that's probably the most important thing that I think the risk management sector BlueFX have. It's just perfect for my trading.
Sounds good. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, when they come on board, they might ask a lot of questions about the BlueFX way of doing things, especially when it comes to the leverage, the drawdown, as you've experienced. But when you actually get started and you sort of see what's possible through the BlueFX platform, I mean, obviously it's been possible for you to grow your account very, very quickly and exponentially from the first initial level of funding to that $1 million level. Like, it's beyond incredible. Like, I can't congratulate you enough. Like, all of us here at BlueFX are like singing your praises. It's great to see some of our traders doing really well, because that's obviously what we want here at the company. I want to ask the next question. Is your trading style in particular, is there a certain way that you trade that you find the most successful?
At the moment, I'm trading the scalping strategy.
Scalping.
So I'm in and out the market very quick because of the high account I've got at the minute at the fund manager account. It's holding trades and obviously letting them over a couple of days, they might go the opposite direction and actually put in negative loss for a while. And I don't like seeing my account in having a larger negative loss on that after protecting profits. I see, even though it's not my money, it's not my fund that BlueFX provided, I see it as my own. I see it as because you have to. You got to protect it to grow. I think that's probably probably the best way I trade at the minute. I do trade backbone every now and then if I see a perfect opportunity to enter. I've seen a low or I've seen a high that I know that it's going to drop off. The market's capped at that phase, then I will enter. But other than that, daily, I'm in and out the market. I don't usually hold trades overnight too long. That's because I like being aware of my situation and what's happening with news, sentimental analysis, technical analysis. And that's probably the best way I trade at the minute.
Yeah, sure. I think it's important sometimes to focus on one thing. Like, obviously you found something that works for you. I mean, talking to you now is like, I can tell you right away that we trade very, very different ways. But in the same way, you have great success doing what you do, and I've had some great success doing what I do.
Yeah, there are other ways out there, but it's just you can't. There's a lot of analysis out there as well that you read, and people have their own views. But I think you stick to yourself, what you know yourself. Obviously, use other people's views to see where prices are heading or etc. But stick to your own strategy. I think if you get too much noise around, complicate your trading.
Yeah, 100%. Also, look, we can take somebody. You can write a book tomorrow on your trading style and exactly what you do, but you are unique to yourself, and it's so much more to it than just like a profitable strategy in theory. Like, you can backtest a strategy all you want, and you can forward test it on demo all you want, and it can be 100%. You can have a great time doing it, and you can have some great results. But there's the emotional side of things. There's the risk management. There's all these things that you need to account for. And actually, that brings me to another good question: is how do you feel like? How are you managing emotion at that level of funding? Because obviously, what you're doing and the level of funding you've got behind you is incredible.
Yeah, I think I think the emotion is probably the most important thing at the minute. Like I said, I see that money as my own, and it's when I'm down. At the moment, I've neutralized myself. So like, I try not to think too much about it, because obviously the amount of money that you make on a fund manager account is incredible. And with the losses, you might have, I see 1,000-point loss the same as I was on a 50,000 account. So it's the same way. So if I lost 1,000 points in the market, I went the wrong way. The same way I can lose 500 to 1,000 pound on a 50,000 account. I can lose 20 grand on a million account, upwards of 20,000. So it's just potentially like just seeing it the same way that as I've traded before. If you know what I mean, it's not like whereas 20,000, you can't see 20,000 as a lot, because you have to see it in points terms, and I think that's the way I've neutralized my emotion, because in a week I will probably catch around about 1,500 to 2,000 points. So if I do lose 1,000 points,
as it is, that's crazy stuff.
Yeah, so if I do lose 1,000 points, it's something that I know I can make back within 2-3 days of trading, and I don't usually try to rush into the market to make that money. That's why you have to stick to your specific strategy and stay patient and don't enter on hasty decisions. And that's where I feel like a lot of traders go wrong, where they see that they lose that 1,000 or whatever they've got their account, they lose the money in their account, and they want to make it as quick as possible back. And that's not the same. That's just going to lead to more losses. And I've done that in the past. So I've seen how that works.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like from the emotional side of things, you've obviously got that in check. Obviously, you're doing something right.
I think it's the most important. It's 100%.
Yeah, I agree with you. 1,000%. It's like one of the most important things is to manage that emotional side of things. And I guess in some ways, it's very easy to say in theory, like you have to think in percentage, but the money you're making on this account is incredible, and the money you've made to this point is incredible. But you have to ground yourself and really make sure you're thinking. It's
about grounding, and I think that's probably the best thing I tell other traders about is waiting. Waiting in the market can be the difference of you making 1,000 to 200. Like if you can wait and get the right size point and enter on a low, and like say you enter a low thinking it's low, but it goes lower. That's something you've done wrong, because you haven't analyzed the market as much. But if you enter that right point and wait for the entry and not go in hasty just to make your money back or whatever, it's crucial. It's key.
Yeah, and I think one definitely important thing to mention on that basis is about trading with the trend as well. Like I know a lot of people don't do that side of things. You're a trend trader, right? You trade with the trend.
Yeah, I trade with the trend always. That's my first rule.
I think when you trade with the trends, at least from correct me if I'm wrong or what you think of it, but when you trade with the trend, you don't have to worry about picking tops and bottoms so much, because obviously the overall trend is moving in the direction you're trading.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, obviously you want to optimize those entries and obviously optimize those exits, maximize those profits and minimize the losses that you're taking. But when you're trading with the trend, you only have to focus on the general direction. As long as it's on the time frame you're trading.
You wouldn't want to go against the trend. You want to enter the market against the trend. But to maximize profit, you'd go on the smaller time frame to look at the patterns that form within that downtrend or uptrend you see. So I think that's what I do as well. So because I don't like to hold overnight. I'll trade the trend throughout the day, but I'll take it out at lows and then possibly let it retrace back up to form a pattern. And then when I see say the RSI indicator overbought in the short-term charts, then I'll carry back down the trend and just to maximize enough profit on that downtrend or uptrend.
All right, you're talking my language now. Let's talk a little bit about that. You use indicators in your trading, or?
The RSI, yeah, I use RSIs.
RSI is one of the most popular ones. I mean, obviously something's working right for you. I don't use the RSI. I know a lot of people don't like it very much, but you've obviously had
I rely on it a lot. It's so important.
Yeah, I think it's like important. I think with anything, like I've tested a lot of indicators and I've put myself in I've got some good indicators. I can list them off. Like I know some good ones, but they're only as good as the overall strategy. There's not one indicator out there that's gonna make your trade 100% better. It's like you have to use it in the correct way, sort of thing. Maybe you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I get you 100%. I think RSI is just from what I've been taught in the past. It's something that I've understood and how markets get overbought and oversold. And generally the time that RSI tells a lot.
I feel like, yeah, RSI is definitely a very popular one. And I've been taught a very similar method as you have originally. We spoke about it a bit before the interview. Like the RSI is a popular one. But like, you know what? We can talk about this all day, mate. But whatever you're doing, like, it's beyond incredible. I don't want to embarrass you too much, but like, honestly, like to have you on the show, a fund manager at that level of funding, and and we spoke as well. You've moved through the stages very quickly. I understand.
Yeah. From December, so I was just on the 50,000. I was just doing another project on board while I was on the 50,000 account, and I was just needed the money, so I was just withdrawing regular times when I had the money in my account. But December was a point where I thought I'd give it the go and just grow. And I think it took me the first month I went to 100k. Then it took me about a month and a couple of days to go to 250k, and then another month. And then it's just the higher the account went, the quicker I made it as well, because the more money you're actually making.
Yeah, sure, I'm with you. And actually, this is like one thing I want to mention is the fact that you obviously you've been with, how long have you been with BlueFX actually?
I think 2019.
So you've been with us for a little while, and you started that growth process in December, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the point is, you are a fantastic trader. That's been proven. But the point is, you have been given the flexibility to, if you need the money, you can withdraw. But you know, if, for example, if we had made it so that you had to grow the account, you know, it wouldn't have helped you because you needed that money to withdraw. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you've been able to stick around because of the flexibility of the platform, and when you're ready to start growing, look what you've done. Like,
I think another thing that's massive as well is the refinancing product that BlueFX give as well. That extra £50 that you pay, you're refinanced, your losses are covered for, and it's something that you can start again at that 50,000 level. And I think I've used it once at the very early stages where I wasn't completely down at the 10%, but I was just near the 10%. And I was finding it very, very, very difficult. And I think sometimes you need that little lift just to get you back up there. And because, like you said earlier, emotion gets very, very difficult in that stage when you're down and you just can't see your profit move up. Yeah. And just that refinancing up to the 50,000, it elevates you, eases you down, and then just carry on going forward. It's a good way of getting motivated back to building your profit.
Yeah, it's a way for our traders. It's all built into our risk structure and the AI thing we've got going on. But it's a way for our traders to get over that fear of losing as well, because that definitely helps keep the emotion in check. Because you say when you're down on the account below the starting balance, certain emotions can creep up. We're only humans at the end of the day. We're emotional beings. But where we can, we need to take the emotion out of it. So to have that refinancing option there, it seems like something you make good use of.
Yeah, I used it once and it was just incredible because I was just finding it very difficult to get back up. I was on like 46,000 on my account, and every time I got to 47,000 to get back down, it was just putting me lower and lower. And I just used the option, and it just paid off. Ever since then, I don't think I've lost. So
yeah,
it's just a good thing. That's being with BlueFX. It's just the things they have. It's just the platform they have is incredible.
Yeah, we obviously the platform is built for traders by traders, and the whole point of the platform is to find traders like yourself. Like it's built in a way that attracts the highly profitable, long-term, consistent traders. That's the whole premise of the platform. We want to give those traders that financial backing. But going back to what you said about the losing psychology, when of course you've been trading for a while, and you've been trading with BlueFX for a while as well. Yep. Is there? You must have, as much as I have, suffered some losing streaks in the past.
Yeah.
How do you handle those on an emotional side, especially when you're trading, large amounts of capital like you are?
I personally, if I've lost, usually I won't lose more than a week's worth of trading. So if I lose, I'll take a week off the following week, and I always do. I think this starting from this year, I've had 2 weeks where I've lost, not consecutive, but 2 separate weeks, and I've just took the week off after. Just to see that what where I'm going wrong, what I can improve, what analysis I need to do. Like on Saturday or Sunday, I spend about say 5 to 6 hours each day prepping for the week ahead. So,
right. So you're dedicated to it. That must be 7 days a week then. Sounds like.
Yeah. I don't stop. Markets don't stop with me. It just continues. It's just sleep, eat, trade. That's it. So on Saturday, Sunday, I just have to make sure my prep's perfect. And like you said, the week I have off, it's something that I have to reflect on myself, where I've gone wrong, why I analyze the trade in detail, why I put this position in, what I could have seen, what particular pattern there was in the market, why did it go like that, what news came out that formed it, economic numbers of that particular currency, everything. It's just I analyze it in detail, and then the next week I come back, bouncing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is where the fund managers are made, right? At the weekend, spending that time outside the market.
You have to put the hours in. You're not gonna grow if you don't put the hours in. It's just dedication. I've been doing this for a while now, and I knew the trading that I'd learned over while I was the 50,000 account with BlueFX. It's just developed my growing even more, and my knowledge has gone better. And I feel like now I'm at a stage where I'm at this level because I deserve to get there in terms of what I've put, the hours I've put in.
Well, exactly. And who can deny that, mate? Like you have achieved something truly, truly great, and it's going to inspire a lot of our traders here at BlueFX.
Yeah, I hope it does. It's you got to learn from a lot of people get disheartened. They can't get the trades right. They can't. It's all about practice, learning, application. And obviously, I recommend the BlueFX product because I don't think trading, even when people practice, trading a practice demo account is the same as a live account. I think just having that try of one,
it's getting on.
It shows you, it gives you an insight. It gives you an insight of what it's actually like trading live. Your emotions change from demo to live. You're not actually ready for that leap of emotion when it actually comes to live money. Like when I was trading demo, there's no emotion involved because that's not your money, or it's not real money. So whereas with live, it's something whether it's BlueFX's money, you're trading live money. So it's BlueFX's platform gets you ready for that emotion. I think as new traders, you should just even go on the light account, the 25,000 account.
Yeah, of course. Like that's there as a stepping stone for some people. That is something that people use in their progression through BlueFX. But the money's made on the BlueFX platform with a pro account, right? For that we get those growth levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good learning process. 25,000. I've got one friend of mine who's on that 25,000 account, and she's learning daily. So it's not much to pay as well from what it is to the 50,000, but it's something that you're getting valuable experience from. The emotion is, I believe, number one thing that influences your trading. So it's getting that in check using a live account, and I think BlueFX helps with that.
Yeah, I think of course I'm going to say, but I mean the BlueFX thing with a light account. Some people trade the light account religiously. They're not looking to grow. They just want that regular income, and that's fine. The product is there to be flexible, it's to there. Some people, the light account is for learning. Some people, the light account is their final destination. But that is one of the strengths of the BlueFX product, is that it's flexible in how you use it. If you start the light account, you can move to the pro and grow your capital, or maybe you just want something sustainable each month, get those 5% withdrawals. And I think for the money you have to pay for it on subscription, and actually the capital that you offered for the light account is definitely very good value.
Yeah. It's all paid off now. I've got the fund manager account, so I don't have to pay subscription on.
Well, talk to you about that a little bit. Actually, I wanted to ask you because if $1 million wasn't good enough, like there is also some other benefits that come with that as well, right? With the territory.
I don't have to pay the subscription almost. That's paid off the monthly, so it's paid off. I think this was a major goal for me, getting to this stage. Then I'm like the level where I can actually say I'm a good trader and keep growing. That's the aim. Just keep growing. I'm young, so I want to build myself.
This is a skill. This industry is only going to get bigger. Like the skill that you've got now is totally scalable. You're in such a strong position because of the hard work that you put in, and nobody can take that away from you.
100%.
Like again, what am I going to say other than congratulations? But obviously, with the $1 million fund manager level, you don't have to pay the subscription. You don't have to hit those 5% targets anymore as well.
Yeah. That's obviously you're making a lot of money. Like you can catch 1,000 points and make 20 grand. It's a safe way of just keeping your profit safe out the market, and not because you lose a lot. Like I said before, you lose a lot on a $1 million account. So it's a good way of. I think I would probably personally, if I hit my weekly targets, I would withdraw every week just to keep my profit safe. I aim for 10% a month, but obviously you never know. You don't look at the big, but you just keep your trading, keep sticking to your strategy.
I mean, 10% a month, if you can hit that consistently on any level of funding at BlueFX, like you'll be a fund manager in no time.
Yeah, 100%.
And you proved that to everybody here. Like if you put the work in, like no one has done this for you. Like you've come and joined the platform, you've been supported, but fundamentally you put the hard work in and look what you've achieved.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep growing it.
Now, a bit of a question off the cuff. How have you been celebrating? You must be celebrating a little bit, surely.
I bought a new car.
You bought a new car?
I bought a new car.
Are you going to tell us what it is?
I'm on Audi RS3.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's something quite special. All right,
Yeah,
that's just a start, I'm sure. No,
that's the start. That's the start. But I think I deserve the treatment for all the work I put in. So
I think you did. I think you did.
Yeah. So, but at the minute, like I said, this million account, another 6 months to a year. Just gonna keep growing it, and possibly open some other projects into this trading world.
Right, the sky's the limit, and obviously you've got the knack for it. You're obviously very skilled at what you do. So better luck to you with the trading. Better luck to you whatever you do. Last question before we go and wrap things up. Yeah. One piece of advice you would give a BlueFX trader who wants to reach that fund manager level?
I think being patient is key. Like not rushing into hasty decisions in markets. I think take your time. Don't listen to anyone in terms of telling you any positions that they think. Your own analysis, I think, is best. Like I know a lot of people that have listened to people and they've lost a lot of money off it, but right. it's just I think waiting and being patient in key moments. Like stick to your guns and what you think you know. And I think as well is risk management. If you can master risk management and possibly like keep your profit factor and your loss factor at a level where you feel like it's suitable. Analyze your own trading at times on Saturdays or Sundays. Analyze your own trading in terms of looking at what's your win ratio. For every win, how many do you lose? And look at limiting that because that's what's going to grow you. Learning from your mistakes. You're always going to make mistakes in trading. It's right. A market. End of the day, you're not going to get every decision right. Not one. Not a. There's not. I don't know any trader that's never like took a loss.
Nor me. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So you have to lose to win. So it's just something that you have to keep growing at, keep practicing, never give up on it. Like there's times that I've lost a lot as well. Like I've been with previous companies and it's just been terrible for me. But keep going, never stop. Look, I'm 22. It took me for where I'm at. I started trading at 17.
Right. About the same as me actually.
Yeah, 17 I started. I think 18 I was working for my first company, and I just never gave up. I went through some hard times, but I never gave up. Kept going. It's full time for me now trading. It's just I'm studying as well, but this is my full time. It's something that I'm looking to go into. But again, practice. That's just key. Application.
Mate, honestly, congratulations from all the BlueFX team. I cannot say congratulations enough. What you've done is incredible, and I know people who are watching this now are going to be inspired by your story. I think one key takeaway from this is about a reflection and determination. 100%. Never giving up. Put in the hard work in and you see what's possible. Amir, thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's a pleasure to talk to you and best of luck with everything in the future.
Thank you very much.